Hey guys, Cheapario here, and today we are doing an unboxing of the Power Rangers Dino 3-pack from Hasbro. This pack has been out for about 2 years or so. It came in right around the time of the episode Grid Connection and Beast Morphers playing on Nickelodeon, and of course you can find it on Netflix right now. Honestly, a disappointing episode, but it was the return of actor Austin St. John as Jason in that episode. Um, Episode 13, season 2. Again, go ahead and check it out on Netflix, but this is the 3-pack to kind of represent that episode. This figure can be found anywhere between $24 to $27.99 online. I do think these figures are pretty good budget offerings from Hasbro. Initially, I thought this was the same model that was used in the recent anniversary release of Jason and kind of that VHS tape style box, but it is slightly different. As you can tell, there is no kind of belt buckle to hold his blaster. But in terms of the figures that you get the blue Dino Thunder Ranger, the Jason Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Red Ranger, and of course the Dino Charge Pink Ranger. Now, in terms of my interpretation of the seasons, or at least my personal opinion, of course, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers will be my favorite, but Dino Thunder is one of my favorite seasons as well. Really one of the few seasons, in my opinion, that you had all the Rangers and all the characters going through full three-dimensional evolutions and character growth. And I just never saw that, at least for all the Rangers, until that season. Everyone grew. So everyone starts out that season extremely selfish, and everyone learns to grow, help other people, and just grow as personalities. That leads to the finale. And I never saw that attributed to all the Rangers. Usually you might get one or two. Like Time Force, it was just two of the Rangers got that level of growth. But for Dino Thunder, everybody had that level of character development. So that's one of my favorite seasons. Highly recommended, especially if you're a Tommy fan. Just a great legacy season of sorts. There's the back of the box where you can see everyone in their action poses. Again, just a pretty good collection of figures. I do like Jason, and I do like names passing me, but in terms of the blue Dino Thunder Ranger, also really cool to see that guy in conventions. Really nice. Don't know much about the Dino Charge Ranger, but in terms of that season, I did not like it. Anyway, let's get this box open and see what's inside. And while I'm unboxing it, I'll tell you guys an Austin St. John story, actually a few of them. There we go. Really cool to have those different color schemes as well. So in terms of Austin St. John, as seeing him in the conventions, I recently saw him a few months ago, and I asked him about appearing in the Netflix 30th anniversary season. Sorry, not season, but kind of like a movie event called Once and Always, playing on Netflix in April. And he kind of cocked his head, and he's like, "What about it?" And ooh, these are kind of stuck in there. Let's see if I can just pull it out without breaking it. Oh. Technical difficulties. So there we go. Good looking figure. There is a bit of, as you can see there is discoloration on the chest. His chest is darker than the rest of his body. Helmet seems to more matchly close his arms and legs, but the torso is a darker red. But stands fine, looks good. He can't, oh yeah, he can bend his knees. Good. So he can get some pretty good action poses. Okay, he's going to bend his knees too much. He does look a little bit like a little bow-legged, honestly. Let's get that in his hand. So I was asking Austin St. John about the 30th anniversary special, and that's kind of closed tight. Can I at least put the blaster in there? Okay, good. I was asking him about the special. He said, "What about it?" And I said, "Are you going to be appearing in it?" And he said that he is not, that it was a very short conversation, but for him, he identified that, let me get these figures also out of their plastic. For him, he did not want to be in another show, another season that was not supported by the union. So he said that specifically his comment was that's how they stole money from him for many, many years, and he didn't want to go through it again. So he said it was a very short conversation, and that he would not be returning, but to see some of the other Rangers there that are favorites. But he also said, like, this is not going to be the only opportunity for him. He does expect there to be other opportunities for him in the future to appear as Jason and return for some type of reunion in the future. And I was saying to myself, really? Are you going to really return? Because, for all intents and purposes, after this upcoming Cosmic Fury season, based on Hasbro's recent earnings calls, they've talked about that they're going to reboot the show. Now, I do expect there to be some type of continuation of the old canon, the old continuity, but I don't expect there to be anything outside of maybe animated, and that's just, again, my hypothesis, that they're going to really do any type of live actions after this upcoming Cosmic Fury season that goes back to the original continuity. So I don't know, in terms of hoping out for hope, that there's going to be another opportunity for an anniversary or reunion of these actors in the flesh. So anyway, guys, that was part of my story, at least. He didn't have to answer the question. I feel that that was probably not the true story. I know that he was going through legal troubles with respect to his ongoing litigation that probably kept him in the States. Again, that's just my thinking. I know that some publications have out and out stated that he could not leave the country, so he could not film the anniversary that was taking place in New Zealand for the filming of Once and Always. So that kept him away from filming, but he didn't have to answer my question in the first place. A good thing about Austin St. John, in terms of that same convention, was that he signed my Megazord. I have a Bandai Megazord with all the Ranger signatures, to the exception of Aisha. All the actors have signed that Megazord, and so he signed it as well. He was the last signature on. Actually, I just need Aisha's, but he was signing the box, and so after I left with the signature on the that box, the signature smeared while I was carrying it in the convention hall. So I had to go back later that day. I'm just trying to put the weapons in their hands, and they're all slipping and sliding. I had to go back to get his signature again on the same box later on that day, and I went back into the line. So for Austin St. John, he's usually arriving within the first 15-20 minutes of when the convention hall opens. He's pretty prompt. I would say the most prompt Rangers in terms of the actors are probably Walter Jones and David Yost. They'll be there super early. But Austin St. John, he showed up within the first 15-20 minutes of the convention hall opening, got a signature on that Megazord, and then again it smeared, and I had to go back. I'm just knocking these all around the place. Okay, went back in line to get a signature again. So at that point, I was the only one that was in line at the beginning of the day, and then when I went back, he had a long line, about 20 people deep, and these figures are not standing that great, or at least when I bend the legs, it doesn't stand that great. All right. Technical difficulties, guys. Okay, so really not great to bend their legs. You can see them side by side. There we go. So again, I started to wait in line to get my signature redone because it had smeared on the box. And Austin St. John was looking at the line, then he saw me at the end, and he was like, "What are you doing back?" And he kind of waved his fingers to have me come to the front. And I said, "Look, your signature on my Megazord smeared. I'll wait in line, and I'll pay for the signature again." And he said, no, dude, I'm not going to do that to you. Like, I'll sign it right now, and I'll get a different pen. And I told him, I'll wait in line again. He said, no, that it's fine, it's no problem. And he looked at the line. He kind of said to the fans, he said, "Any problem with that, guys?" Okay. So he went ahead and he brought me to the front of the line. He re-signed with a different pen. And then he talked a little bit more about, he has a comic book coming out, and he was talking about the website, and he was talking about the comic book. And so he was still having a conversation with me the second time around. Didn't charge me for that to re-sign the Bandai, the Megazord that I had brought with me. And just I found it to be a classy guy. Not every actor, even though you would think that they wouldn't give you problems with the signature smear, not every actor is going to do that. They might charge you again to re-sign the same item. But for him, he actually plucked me from the back of the line, had me sign the box, and while he was signing the box, he actually told me yet another story. So cool guy, really good to his fans. I did enjoy getting a signature. I don't regret it. I've seen Austin a couple of times. Sometimes he doesn't have the luck of having a fully devoted signature booth. I have seen certain cases where he's gone to a comic book convention and it looks like he's had to pay for some type of exhibitor booth and he's kind of stuck in with the merchandise. But he always does stories with fans. He always does engagements with fans. He has long discussions with them. So pretty cool guy nonetheless. There's the figures, guys. They look good side by side. As you could tell, I had severe issues standing them up and I was knocking them back and forth. Because of the arms being kind of separated and the legs being kind of separated, they do look kind of funny in certain poses. But as far as being kind of a budget offering for these figures, they look pretty darn good. As you can see, as long as you're not bending the knee, so to speak, they're going to stand fine. They're going to hold the accessories fine. Each one of them comes with a blaster. Left there on the floor, but each one comes with a blaster. Each one comes with a sword. For $24 to $27, not that bad of a set. Pretty standard in terms of the quality that you get for these figures. But that does it for me, guys. Hopefully you liked this Onsen St. John story. I do have a couple more stories of Ranger interactions with the actors at conventions, and I'll do that at the next toy unboxing. So that's it for me, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.